Where the final results in the province were announced earlier at the Provincial Results Centre. The ANC retained their slight majority of just over 50%. The DA took a knock to about 27%, and the smaller parties seem to be the biggest winners in this province, gaining some votes from their previous results. Our reporter Nozintombi Mia spoke to the African Christian Democratic Party.
Welcome back to the Gauteng Provincial Election Centre, where the official results for the Gauteng province have been announced. Just to give you a quick recap of the top political parties, the ANC garnered 50.19% of the vote. The DA 27.4% of the vote, the EFF 14.68% of the vote, and we're going to speak to some of the smaller political parties who also managed to see an upward trajectory of their voting numbers. We speak to the ACDP, which got 0.71% of the vote, and to speak to me now is Bishop Dalton Adams, the premier candidate in Gauteng. Thank you so much, Bishop, for joining me. 0.71%, that certainly is an impressive number for you guys.
Definitely. If you look at 2014, we were 0.62%. So there is an upward trajectory that we are seeing for the ACDP. I ascribe it to the vigorous campaign that we embarked upon. We want to really thank all our party agents, our campaigners, our volunteers. We want to thank all the admin staff, the war room staff, and especially our president, Kenneth Meshu, for him, just giving us the opportunity. And the ACDP is definitely growing in leaps and bounds. We will have 4 seats in the National Assembly, and I think one also in Cape Town. So that for us is showing that countrywide the ACDP will be a force to be reckoned with come 2021 and 2024.
Bishop, what can you ascribe the growth in numbers to? Has it been your political strategy, or do you think that the electorate is starting to move closer to the principles that are espoused by your political party?
I think it's both, and let me start with the latter one in terms of the principles of our values and our morals, and how the country itself was under siege and the country was hemorrhaging in a massive way before the elections, and people were looking for an alternative, and they resonated with the ACDP and what we stood for. And then the other issue was people were just saying to themselves, they were looking for an alternate political party, and we want to always say as the ACDP that people are welcome, because we believe we are not just concerning, the ACDP is not just an Amen and Hallelujah party. We're going to bring that clear. The ACDP deals with the issues of the people, and we're going to deal with the issues, and that's why our MMC is here today, where we're going to deal with the basic issues. We're going to take on the legislatures, we're going to take on government to make sure that service delivery will be done for our people.
All right, thank you, Bishop. We're going to bring in Dr. Mishak van Wyk, the REC chairperson in Johannesburg. Congratulations on your result. How do you, as the ACDP, see the issue of service delivery being improved? How do you plan to improve service delivery in the province?
Look, let me start off by saying, as the REC chairman, I'm humbled. We are humbled with the result. That was one of our plans, that we go and fetch what we lost. And we are really glad that we got our seat back in Gauteng. But look, when we campaigned, when people campaign, even national, you have service delivery protests, although it's not a local government competency at that stage, or a local government election, people complain about service delivery issues, and the two of us are in Gauteng. We are responsible for it. I'm in local government, so I've got to deal with the issues people have complained about, the issues that people are having to get to grips on, and we want to make sure that those service delivery happen, and that we push and make sure that we contribute positively within the areas where we are, so that our people's lives are changed for the better and not for the worse.
Doctor, let me just jump in there. What are some of the key service delivery issues that you think are critical issues that need to be looked at, such as housing, infrastructure, etc.? What are those key issues that need to be looked at?
Well, obviously people complain about housing, a lack of infrastructure, a lack of their lives to be changed for the better. And one of the things they were saying is that once we voted for you guys, you disappear, you don't do the things that we ask you to do, and you work for yourselves. And the ACDP believe in servant leadership. We have been voted in by the people, and we are there to serve. And we want to say to our country that they have entrusted us with their vote. They must watch the space. We are going to definitely do the things they have said we must do.
All right, congratulations again, 0.7% for the ACDP, making promises of improved service delivery. The 0.7% means that they've regained the one seat that they lost, and now that means they have 4 seats in the Gauteng legislature, and they've promised that they will improve the level of service delivery, and they'll be more visible to their electorate to make sure that they deliver on the promises that they made during their election campaigning. With that, it's back to you in the studio.
That was Nozintombimia a little bit earlier on, and we move now on. Grief parties have met with the IEC this afternoon. Earlier on, I spoke to Mzwanele